Hello YouTube and welcome to my new ArtaView. It's been a while since the last ArtaView. It was before Birmingham. But yeah, also there were not many, no, there were no streams the last few weeks. And I want to explain why, and I want to update my, some things I want to talk about. The last the DLCs that were, especially Birmingham, where I participated. But yeah, I want to start with saying thank you. I released my guide a few weeks ago. I think it's like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was a week before Birmingham. And I really want to say thank you to everyone who bought it. I'm overwhelmed. I didn't expect that. That's more than 200 that I sold. That's crazy, and I didn't expect that. And as additionally, I got nearly only good feedback. That makes me happy, of course, because yeah, it was a lot of work, and I'm glad if that helped you for the DLCs or just for understanding the deck more or the game more or the game plans against different decks. Short disclaimer: I want to talk about it in detail later, but we have a new deck, of course, since Sensi. I don't know if I say the name correct. Sorry, Sen won the DLC in Vegas. Crazy good player again. He confirmed that he's one of the best players in the world. Shout out to you, Sen. I saw your games. You're just an amazing player, and you won Vegas with Green Steel. Nobody had the deck on the radar, I think, or at least not too much. And yeah, it's a really good deck. Not only he showed it, I think in Vegas it was top 4, were 3 Green Steel, I think, if I remembered it correctly. So yeah, we have another deck that's in the meta right now. And regarding the guide, I will update it for the new matchup, but I have to test it more and find out what the matchup is for green purple and how to improve it or adapt the deck or the play style against it, because it seems not to be the best matchup for us. But more later then. I was sick. Since I'm back from Birmingham, I'm sick. Maybe you hear it right now. That's why I didn't do any content. It was really sad for me because I was invited. Shout out again to Lokana Germany, Lisa Tan, and Lokana. Yeah, Lokana. I don't know the officials who invited me to London this week for the first set championship for content creators. I felt really honored to be invited, and I couldn't get there because I was really sick. But I heard it was a lot of fun, and Kava won. I heard Kava won. Shout out Kava, with green yellow, I think. So he got the first Mirabelles that are in the world. Yeah, so that was really sad for me, and that's why I could not make content. Additionally, there are some other private things going on right now. I'm right now at my mother's place because she's in a hospital. Nothing too bad. She got how's it called? A surgery for the hip, and now she can walk better. So no worries, no big thing. But we have to take care of her house and of her cat, and that's why we're here. And that's at the end I have some job things. I'm changing my job. Maybe I want to start studying, and it's many private things going on. That's why it's possible that it can be a little bit less content still in the future. And to be honest, we have not that much left in set 5 now. That's why I think it's not too important to work so much on the meta game. I think there are still tournaments and we have set championships, and therefore it's still, yeah, but nothing, no DLC or something. I'm a little bit less motivated to do things. I want to maybe go to Paris to the last chance qualifier, because yeah, and that's what I want to talk about you now. Because yeah, I were Birmingham, and I was in Birmingham, and yeah, my run was pretty good. I think 44 points. I calculated it's a 72% win rate. It's totally fine, but still not enough for making day 2. You have to be even more lucky. And I won some games very unlucky, and I drew very. That's such an cheap excuse if you say I drew really bad. But I opened 5 games with no 1-drop in the tournament. That's too much, I think. Yeah, that costed me some games. I split 1 red purple. That was really, really sad, because I felt that's a 2-0 matchup generally. But yeah, I drew no card draw and I got just outvalued. That's sometimes the case. Yeah, I can go over my matchups. First matchup was yellow-green. It was a hyper aggro deck with with the queen from set 2, the discard queen, and Mirabelle. And she discarded Mirabelle for gaining 5 floor. That was really scary. I think one game she was on 17. But yeah, Lyle put in a lot of work, and I was able to 2-0 it. Then second round, blue steel. I thought, oh, why I have to go against blue steel the second round? And the game on the draw, I lost. I bricked additionally. I thought it wasn't a long game. And the second game, I was able to goat bounce finish. Very close game, but I was able to split the match. Yeah, then I was 1 win, 1 draw. Next was the red purple. That was really sad. So I thought, oh, they opened. They inked the Flynn and opened with an Olaf, and I thought yes. But first game I didn't draw anything card draw wise. Neither no rabbit and no Clarabelle, and I just had no cards anymore in round 6 or so. I opened with Pegasus Surhace, but they had Elsa, and then yeah, I had no cards anymore. So that was just a split. Then I had Mufasa. That was, I don't remember it. Lyle was very crazy good, and You're Welcome was very good. Yeah. Then Steel Song, a traditional split. I was nearly 2-0ing, but they drew a whole new world then, and was able to recover. But that's the deck sometimes. Was a really nice guy from not too far away from where I'm from. Was really cool. Was a cool game. And then I lost 2-0 against a red blue. That was sad. Was very close the second game. First game they were on the play, and had everything they wanted, and I lost second game. I knew I both games I didn't have a 1-drop that I remember, and that's tough. But the second game I was on 19. That's it's the game sometimes. Yeah, so I was 2-0, and then I knew this is maybe knockout. But the other 3 rounds I all 2-0'd. I had another Mufasa. Was a very new player, also a really nice dude. Also German, Austrian, but spoke German. Was really nice. And then 2 red blues, which I 2-0'd both. I don't know. Remember, I know in the last round they bricked really hard one game. I don't remember too much, but because I didn't I didn't care too much anymore because I knew I was out then. But I wanted to get a Let It Go. So I got 44 points then, and was, yeah, it's a Let It Go. I was 93rd place. Yeah, what can I say? I was happy with my performance, but it's in such a big tournament, it's still not enough to reach day 2. That's really sad. Because in general, you would say with this win rate, you should reach day 2, but not this time. There have to be so many things that come together to reach day 2. For example, the Steel Song has to break or has not to draw the next whole new world. I shouldn't get the 1-1 against Red Purple, and there must be no unlucky game, or you just fade. And additionally, I don't want to be excusing because I think you need luck to reach top cut, and I don't want to complain. It's okay for me. Yeah, but it was still a bit of a problem that everyone knows who I am, and everyone I played against knew me and knew which colors I play, and then it's still an advantage, and that's a bit sad. So I hope you appreciate that I tell you all my thoughts and my deck lists, because I know why other other high competitive players don't do that, and that's totally reasonable. But it's also fun for me, and it makes me happy to improve other players too, and that's what I like. And yeah, that was my run. There were some green purple in the top cut, and even one green purple was in the finals. And congratulations! I don't know the name now, but yeah, was really cool. And but in final, yeah, he drew not very good, and red blue was winning, and yeah, their draw was decent in the finals, and was good, good, and then yeah, lost. Yeah, but that was for Europe. There was green steel not that big of a problem, but in America, in Vegas, green steel was crushing. It was not only Sensi, it was Zach Bivens too. Zach Bivens made top seed in day 1. Shout out to you, Zach Bivens. Because I saw your top 64 match, and it was really it hurt so much, because yeah, you had no discard in both games. I think you had both games, you had Prince John, but no discard the whole game, I think, and that's not winnable then. And yeah, was really sad, because top seed Zach Bivens, folks, Zach Bivens went 12-0 first day 1. That's crazy. 100% win rate day 1. 12-0. There's a 6-6-0-0. And then he drew the last rounds. That's crazy. He was 5-0. Even then he could split, but he didn't, because he wanted to play first seed. So he played the 6th match too, and 2-0'd them too. And then he was first seed, and yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, that's the game. But yeah, we have a new top contender for the meta game, and that's green steel, and we have to adapt to it a bit. I'll be honest with you, since Birmingham was over, I told you I was sick, and I didn't play any game till yesterday. And yeah, I want to test the day matchup more. People are in the 20 Law Discord, people are crazy about this matchup, because they say it's so bad. I think it's not a good matchup, but I think it's not too bad. I played with my girlfriend. She's not the experienced green steel player, but we played together, so it's not too. But still, this I'm totally sure it can be played better. But I went. We made 7 games, and I was 2 games on the play only and 5 games on the draw, and I won 4 and lost 3. So it should be maybe otherwise, but it's still absolutely winnable, especially on the play. What I want to say is don't overreact to the matchup, please, and don't overcommit or play some weird tech cards that are bad in any other matchup. It's only one matchup still, and even if green steel gets popular, maybe it gets a meta share of 20% or something, and the games on the play are really winnable. And on a draw, there are some nuts draws of them, of course. That's comparable to Bucky a bit. Some, Diablo Shift, Prince John, Sudden Chill combo things. But to be honest, Diablo is not the biggest problem. We have many, many, many answers to Diablo, especially Kid, His, and Elsa, and even Pegasus with Crab, and many, many answers compared to other decks, and it's nothing we should overreact. The matchup is tricky to play. That's what I can say, and it's not easy for me to update the guide to explain how you have to exactly play against it. Often there's the case where you should empty your hand and top deck. Our top decks are decent, not crazy good, but decent, and we don't want to give our opponents with Prince John some value. Again, don't search for some weird tech cards that can deal with Prince John. We have no way to deal with Prince John. That's the fact. So we have to deal with him other ways. We can deal with him if we force him to raise, and that there's some in the end game. There's some situation where they have to raise. Then we know they have a slow start, so we have to be fast in the beginning. That we just outrace them, and we out tempo them. There we are a classical tempo deck, like in the past. So what I play now is this version. That was what I tried today, and it was really good against against green steel. If you see the list, I cut the Lyles for now because it gets worse and worse in the meta, I have to admit. I'm really high on Lyle, you know it all, but there are not many things we can cut, and it's uninkable, and it hurts in this matchup too, as well in some other matchups. The matchup we gets, of course, worse is red-purple when we cut the Lyles, but I expect Steelsong to be even less popular now. Probably the people will see the bad conversion rates from the DLCs from Steelsong. It got really crushed, probably because red blue was so popular, and therefore, and it should. People say, I don't know the matchup, to be honest, but green steel. The people say green steel has a very good matchup against Steelsong, maybe because of two drop Ursula just. So there's no reason for people to, or no obvious reason to, you can say, to jump on Steelsong right now in meta matters, you can say. It's not a good meta call right now. There's no reason to jump on Steelsong right now. It's a good deck still, you can play it, don't get me wrong, but there's no reason you say, oh, now play Steelsong because of that and that. Red blue is still popular, green steel is a bad matchup. So seems not very appealing. So I think we can we can risk to take a little bit less against Steelsong. And Lyle was also a very good card against Steelsong. Lyle was good against Steelsong and Red Purple. And these are the matchups that, yeah, Red Purple, we have to win without it. And Steelsong, I just take the risk. We can still win without Lyle against Steelsong. Was just very good. And I did go up with Kids, and I added Queen's Castle. And that's the only thing. Because Kid and Queen's Castle are good cards, yeah, that's okay to add them. Don't. I saw so many weird tech cards just because of Queen's Castle. That makes absolutely no sense. We have to play still a good deck, and Queen's Castle is a good card, and especially against Queen's Steel, they have not many answers. And Kid also, but be careful by using Kid. I saw many people using Kid wrong, and that can instantly lose you the game. Kid is a card you have to use very careful, and if you use it correctly, it's very, very powerful, especially against Green Steel, where everything revolves around board presence. Not for them, but for us. They don't want board presence. They think, okay, if we both do nothing, that's the best, because then I can just discard them. But we want to out-tempo them, get them to a situation where they can't recover from board presence-wise, and therefore Kid is exceptional. But remember, don't bounce something that they are happy to ink. Yeah, if they, for example, I saw so many people that just bounce something to bounce. For example, if they have 2-drop Ursula, you play Kid, don't bounce the 2-drop Ursula, even if you have no song in hand, because they are happy. Yeah, they have a card back in their hand they can ink, because sometimes they have not that many hand cards if they're not turbo discarding. And the best target for Kid are always uninkables. Uninkables you can just mindlessly bounce, but be careful with bouncing inkables. Except Kid is the best answer to morph on the play. That's very, very, very good. It's hard to recover for them. If you on the play and you bounce their morph, that's hard for them to recover from. That's very, very, very powerful. So I'm not too crazy upset about the matchup. And yeah, if then turn 4 comes the castle, then it's over. Also, castle is very good in combination with your welcome. If you are able to sing your welcome and then place a castle, it's often GG. Yeah, that's the list I'm playing right now, adapted to the new meta game. Nothing too crazy. I cut 3 Lyles. I cut 1 Clarabelle, and I cut 1 Crab for a 3rd Kid and 4 Queen's Castle. That's just the additions I made, the adjustments I made from my DLC list. Yeah, that's it. Again, I will update the guides. So for all you purchased it, it's then updated. You can download it again. Summarizing for today, thank you really much for all the support, for all the that you bought the guide so much. I was really overwhelmed. Thank you so much again. I will make more content again. I'm excited for it, but you hear it, maybe I'm still a bit sick, so I have to rest a bit more, and then we will prepare ourselves for the set championships. Thank you very much for watching. We will see us soon. I will start streaming maybe next week, hopefully again, and then we will see, you will see more from me again. I wish you a nice day, nice evening, nice morning, whenever you watch this, and have a good day, and bye bye.